Welcome to Design Thinking. This video focuses on the mode of testing. Design thinking is the process of creative problem solving through 5 different modes. Based on Stanford's D School, the test mode is the last step in the process of design thinking. The process of design thinking begins with empathizing, where you research the people you are designing for. Then, during the define mode, you create a specific definition for the problem you want to solve. In the ideate mode, you brainstorm and come up with ideas that could potentially solve your problem. And with those ideas, you choose one and develop a prototype that you can then test to see if it's the best solution for your problem. Although the D School shows the process of design thinking as something that happens kind of on a straight line, I think that you can also look at design thinking in the form of a cycle. As you are going through the process of design thinking, once you get to the test stage, you may have to go back and re-examine all aspects of the process in order to come up with the best solution. You could also say that the design thinking process could even look something like this, where you begin with empathize and then define, then ideate and prototype. And then once you're done testing your prototype, depending on the results, you could possibly be done, or you may need to go back to the process and start from any one of 3 points, either define, ideate, or prototype. And the design thinking process continues until you find a solution that best fits your problem. So what is the test mode and why should we test? According to the Stanford D School, testing is the chance to get feedback on your solutions, refine solutions to make them better, and continue to learn about your users. The test mode is an iterative mode in which you place your low-resolution artifacts in the appropriate context of the user's life. As the Stanford D School says, prototype as if you know you're right, but test as if you know you're wrong. So what was my problem of practice? I asked the question, well, how can I successfully incorporate multiple technology tools in a high school Spanish classroom? So next came the prototype. What I did is I created an online platform using Schoology where teachers can create content, separate them by lessons, and allow students to participate online both in and outside of the classroom. So not only was I able to incorporate an online platform, but I was also able to have my students use the Chromebooks that are available in class and allow them to incorporate technology at home as well. So from prototyping, this leads us to finally the test mode. So first, what was the test method that I chose to use? There are multiple methods for testing. I personally chose to have a focus group. I surveyed that group, and I observed them as they participated in the online platform I created on Schoology. Why observe and survey users? It allows you to refine the understanding of the people that are being studied, gain some empathy, get direct feedback, watch physical language as a form of feedback, and you could also watch how the users interact with the platform to see what may need to be reorganized or changed completely. Although I couldn't necessarily know exactly what the users were thinking as they were going through the prototype, their body language and the things that they said out loud offered some insight into how the user experience was. So I chose to do a focus group and survey. I explained to my students what the website was created for and how I wanted them to take some time going through each of the activities in the lessons, watch the videos, and basically act as if they were participating in this online classroom in the long run. Although they didn't need to submit the work, I wanted them to take a look at what assignments and projects were to be done if they were enrolled in the online portion of this course. I also gave my students a survey, and this is what the survey looked like. So questions that I asked were things like, well, what were some things that you first noticed about the course? Would you be interested in teaching or participating in an online course to learn Spanish? Why or why not? What would you do to make this more appealing or engaging? What would you like to have seen as an activity to do to help you learn or understand the content more? What do you think or feel would accommodate you better to participate in an online Spanish class? And then on the back of the survey, there were some more questions, like would you enjoy participating in an online Spanish course? What did you like most about the online course platform and content? And what did you like least about the online course platform and content? And then I gave them an opportunity to just basically add on anything else that they wanted to talk about during their experience. So while the students were interacting with the online platform with the Google Chromebooks that are in class, I observed how they were going through the platform and listened to what they said about that online platform. Now, post-test mode, after testing, I reviewed my observation notes, I reviewed the surveys from the users, I learned what worked and maybe what didn't work, which eventually led me to learning to revise my prototype and retest. And with that, thanks so much for watching this video on the test mode of design thinking. I'm Mara Deutsch, and this is for CEP 817 for my Master's of Arts in Educational Technology.